Hi guys, Matt from the Big River here. I got a whole big stack of boxes to unload this week. Just freshwater. We got some reptiles coming a little bit later. Hey, wearing my CKM shirt, you know, the way to my heart is either my belly or give me a t-shirt. Anyway, let's get in and see what we got in the box. Lots of fish to unbox here. First out of the bag we have tiger barbs. I think we got a double up on this week. Regular old tiger barbs have been very popular this year, and why not? Fun schooling fish, as long as you can deal with their nippiness. Diamond head neon, that's a variant of the regular Innis or the regular neon tetra. They have a brighter slash on their head, that's the name. Diamond head neon. Here's another variant on a theme. This is a green tiger barb. Green tiger barbs are the exact same fish as a tiger barb, just been bred to have a greener look. Basically the bars have gotten solid. Royal blue dwarf gourami is another variant of a fish, another one that's been selectively bred for the color. Royal blue dwarf gourami has got more blue than red. That's why they are different than a regular dwarf gourami. Siamese algae eater. Now these guys are just Siamese algae eaters, just like you can get them out of the river. Great for eating your black-beard algae. They're about 4 inches. I like them in about a 4-foot tank. Usually they're pretty fast. Sunset honey dwarf gourami. Another variant of a dwarf gourami. Very pretty, very good in your community tank. Hey, we got a discus. This is a turquoise, red turquoise discus. We got him blue turquoise last week. So he said, can you get the red ones? I said, yeah, of course I can get the red ones. So we did. Sold out almost all our discus over the weekend. So we restocked a few today. We'll get more next week probably. Speaking of which, that's another discus. This is a snow white discus. Haven't had a snow white. Sure, the audience wants to see too. Haven't had a snow white in for a while, but we do today. So there's that. I guess I'll stick you all back here in the box. I don't have anybody run bags for me today, so I'll be running my own bags. All right, next box. I'll bet there's fish in the box. Big bag. Little fish. What's in here? We have celestial pearl danios. Wow, I've been missing those fish. One of my very favorite nano fish. Why not? Very pretty, very fun, tiny little spotted, beautiful fish. That other discus is another red turquoise. That's it for this week's discus. More fish, of course. Coming, probably a bunch more nano fish. Got some African cichlids on this order, or American cichlids. Oh, and this guy. This is a L24 red cactus pleco. Super, super cool. These are the pseudocanthus, which are the big spiny plecos. They get about 12 inches, so they're not huge like a common, but big, meat-eating spiny pleco. Stiphodon goby. That's a Atrapurpurus or a neon blue or blue neon goby. Lots of different types of stuff. Stiphodon gobies. We've got a couple in stock right now. I'm a huge fan of gobies, so I bring them in a few at a time. They're a little bit on the sensitive side. Here, speaking of sensitive side, baby arowana. Gets big, he's not sensitive at this size. They're a little bit touchy. Arowanas get 4 feet, so make sure you have the tank to handle that before you take on that monster. Another nano fish for you, green neon or neon green reservoir. Get it right. There are green neon, neon green. Oh boy, there's so many different variants on green and neon in the microfish world, but these are the cubitais. So green, neon green. Got it backwards again. Another nano fish. These are rocket clown killies. Nice size on these again. 2 weeks ago we got some in that were really nice and big. Sold out real quick. Remember, those guys are very good jumpers. Giardone, or the dwarf anchor catfish. Anchor moth catfish, what I usually call them. That's why I stumbled on that. Very fun little micro catfish. The fins stick out wide and make them look kind of like an anchor. That's the name. Anchor moth catfish. Here's regular old green neons. Came in small this time compared to last batch. But green neons are a great variant. They're a different species, actually, of neon tetra. There's neons, cardinals, purple neons, green neons, black neons, lots of different versions. Let's see, this is a pea puffer. Haven't had these in a long time. Came in a little on the spendy side compared to what we normally pay, but these are tank-raised baby pea puffers. Very happy to have those back in stock. First time we've had those in about 2 months, maybe going on 3 right now. So they've been MIA. We're happy to be able to offer those once again. All right, another box. And you guessed it, fish. Big bags in here. What do we got? Those are electric blue acaras. We sold out the last of those last week. Some of those are pretty tiny. Bright blue. Of course, that's been bred for that blue. They come out of the river blue, but not that blue. Powder blue dwarf gourami. That's another variant on the dwarf gourami. No red bars on those guys. And then there's the only red, no blue bars. That's the flame. Those guys have been unavailable though. Cardinal tetras, restock on those guys. Get more every week because we sell a ton of cardinal tetras. Remember, our tetras are buy 4 more, get 25% off just for subscribing to the YouTube. And you've all subscribed to our YouTube, right? So you get that 25% off just buy 4 or more. Speaking of which, here's another tetra. This is the rummy nose tetra. Bright red noses come in after they've sit around for a little while. They'll be just silver when they're in the bag. Sometimes it will be the first couple weeks at home too. Speaking of another fish that'll blanch, this is a black emperor tetra. Black emperor tetras are a full black body all the way through when they're used to the tank, and they're also on the tetra special. So very cool fish. Cories, gotta love them. These are pepper cories. Opposite scale of some of those cories we got last week. Those are very affordable cories. So the cold water cory. I've heard people joke that they chip ice off the rivers when they collect them. These are panda cories, another very popular common cory. Gotta have them because we sell out nearly every week. And here's something that's not very common. This is Borrelius bakeri, or the royal hill trout. I've heard them called a blue dotty. Very interesting, unusual fish. They're from Malabar, or the India, Pakistan area. All the little streamlets from Pakistan all the way up through China have a different minnow in them, and they're anywhere from 3 inches to 8 inches long. They're silver, they got blue spots, sometimes a little bit of pink in them. We'll see just a couple of those fish. The Borrelius ardens, we'll see, that's the orange-finned hill trout. I had Melbergensis. I had some Canariensis that I think were mislabeled once. But very interesting fish that very seldomly make it into our market because it's a lot easier to get to Europe than it is the United States with those particular fish. Obviously, I'm kind of a fan. All right, big bags in these boxes, lots of boxes, big bags, and cool fish. This is some large angels. Looks like they didn't mark them, so I'm not sure who's who. But we have a couple different boxes of angels I'm expecting. There's some bigger angels, so those might be the mediums. Those look fantastic. We have some specialty angels supposed to be in one of these boxes, some that are supposed to be a blue. Of course, with the methylene blue they ship them in, it'll be hard to tell just how blue they are, but look, they turn out pretty fantastic. Based on what I paid for them, they better be. Let's see what's in the next box here. How do they actually mark these? What you got? Console. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what they're marking there. These are a type of rainbow. We got in a bunch of rainbows. These look like the Doherty eyes. Doherty eyes are called Seuss Creek also, I believe. No, that's a different one. Anyway, there are Glossiopsis. Here are some very nice Bosmanis, very well colored up. Good price on all these guys. We got the price of a fish half that size, but very big colored up fish from these guys. I'm super excited about it. Speaking of, wow, here's some the threadfin rainbows, or the Warner eyes. Got a nice batch of those, and also very nice, big male heavy group. Fantastic batch of rainbows. I've been holding off on this, trying to time it right, where we could have room to accept bigger bags and kind of get it when it wasn't really hot outside and not really cold. So this was a good time to pick up from this source. They ship all the way out of Florida, and they shipped in great this time. Fantastic. Here's some tiger barbs. Looks like somebody didn't ship in good, but everybody else looks fine. They have amazing rainbows. That's why I wanted to order from these guys. These are long fin cherry barbs. Super long fins on those guys too. Even for a $3 or $4 fish. Those are really cool. I like cherry barbs because they'll eat blackbeard algae. They school up and look pretty. They can get about 1 inch long. You put them in just about any community tank And the males get bright cherry red, that's the name. Here we have some plecos in here. These are an L2 tiger pleco. Got a little group of them. No, they might have shipped. I think there might be some of them in another box too, because we bought a batch of them. Maybe even you got to put them on special. Got a pretty good price on them. Gotta love a pleco. If it's got an L number, I got a love for it. I need t-shirts made up. Got an L, got an L. All right, next up is Buenos Aires tetras. Somebody else in there too, some kind of live bird. What is it? So I visited these guys last year, or early this year, saw their ponds, how they raise these guys, and it was really one of the most fantastic afternoons I've spent in my life, wandering around a fish farm. And to look at it, it was like, okay, it's a little field with ditches, but to me it was like a live stream to go check out where they actually raise the fish at. And so the idea that there's something that they didn't expect to be in there in the bag just doesn't seem like an unlikelihood. Maybe if I get a chance, I'll add in some footage I took with, I did interviews with Dan and his dad, Dana. We spent all afternoon, really had a fantastic time. Those were some guppies. I didn't bother to say it because I was going on and on about something else. What do we got in here? The crawdads, electric blue crayfish. Nice size on these guys too. I can see them all shoved up inside there. We got a good batch of big ones. We've been getting them a little cheaper someplace else, but they're a lot smaller. These came in pretty good size, so fantastic on that. And follow up on that trip down to Florida. Serious bucket list moment to spend the afternoon wandering around their facility. And like I said, if I get a chance, I'll pull that up and post that. Watch for it. Next is more fish. What are you? Oh, these are, I think they are, oh, they're, okay, these are red dragon peacocks. Come in pretty small on these guys. Kind of expecting a little bit bigger on that, but that's all right. These are got some good color to them. So those are hybrid peacocks, red dragons. Next is some South American cichlids. It says balls, so I think that means balzinis. Balzinis are the Paraguay earth eater. And next we have some fire mouths, little meeksy fire mouth cichlids. So a nice little batch of those, more South Americans. And then we have, where are you curviceps? Any marks? Let's see, yeah, those are curviceps cichlids. Sometimes a little bit tough to see through the blue, so I'll look for the mark just in case I'm wrong. But curviceps cichlid is a little dwarf acara. Oh, yes, thank you. Our studio audience is getting pressed into service here. Curviceps cichlid will get about 3.5, 4 inches. They got a little rainbow color to them. Got kind of a blimpy face. I adore that little fish. Acara means something like smiley face or something like that in Latin, and thus they look like they're smiling. These are neon tetras. Got a whole big bag of them. I call that a box of neons for the tetra special. You get 4 or more, I'll give you 25% off. You get 200 or more, I'll give you 70% off. Joking about the 70%. I have to do the math on how much we actually pay for shipping, which is prodigious, but you know, it's worth it so that we can bring more fish to you guys every day. But these aren't fish. What are these? These are a mono shrimp. At least they're supposed to be. And it looks like they really are. Pretty small, but we have a whole big bag of mono shrimp. Gotta have them. Those are your algae-eating, paralgae-eating shrimp. Long fin, are these the leopards or zebras? Got a couple different Daniels on this batch. I think these are the longfin zebra Daniels. They're striped up. Hard to tell in the blanch. And next is longfin, probably the leopards, because I can't see through the blue. That's more of those longfin Daniels for you. And who else? Oh, big guys. These are venustus. I said the size is up on these guys, so a little bit bigger on the venustus than you would expect. Gotta like that. Venustus African cichlid, they're giraffe half, they'll call those. Thank you, thank you. All right, just 4 more boxes, but these are fast boxes. Stick with me. We'll get her done all in one take, and then we'll come back to reptiles later. Thought I'd have them today also, but they got delayed a day. Not in transit, but before they got shipped. Oh, very nice. These are a type of turquoise rainbow, not your standard turquoise though. They're the Kamaka dwarf rainbow. They're a monotania that gets about 3.5 inches. So dwarf in that sense, not dwarf as in like 1 inch. Packs. More rainbows. These are Glossiopsis. These got to be the Wanamensis. Yep, there's the one. So the Wanamensis is the emerald rainbow. Emerald rainbows get a skirt on the bottom. Beautiful fish. A lot of them, or some of the Glossiopsis do get kind of a skirt. Speaking of which, another Glosso. This is the Millennium rainbows. Came in really nice. Not quite as big as they sometimes come in, but they shipped in good, and that's not a guarantee with them. They are delicate on shipping, but once they get in your tank, fantastic, huge Glossiopsis rainbow. Glossiopsis versus Wanatania. Wanatanias tend to be a little more aggressive. The Glossiopsis tend to be a little bit bigger. So if you get big glossos, put them with your smaller Milanos, it will usually work out. Either way, the rainbows, they're gorgeous. I love rainbow fish. From Australia, New Guinea, all around that Indo-Asia area. Here's another cichlid. Who do we got here? Oh, I bet you these are red empresses. Yeah, they must be. They are, yeah. Red empress. So that's a red empress cichlid. They're kind of like a hap. And here's another. That says ACI. Okay, yep, that would be yellowtail ACI. That would be more like. They get stuck in the peacock root, but I pair them closer to the Mabonas. And then here are cherry barbs. I told you those guys are good at picking that black-bearded algae. There's a bag of regular ones and a bag of albino ones. I got a bunch of cherry barbs from these guys this week. I haven't restocked on them for a while. These guys have a good price, and the fish usually come in nice. A little bit small on the regulars, but in general, fantastic looking batch of fish. See if we can get them all thinking and eating here. Good enough. All right, just 2 to go. Anybody else sweating? Do a 20-box order, or you get to sweating. This wasn't 20. I think it was 14 boxes. A whole bunch of snails. People ask me, do those snails need water to make it? And the answer is, you know, they do better if they don't. If they're moist, stay moist. They can be like that for several days in the bag. You get water in there and one dead snail, you end up with all the dead. And when you open that bag, oh my God, you do not want to be the guy opening that bag. But those guys look like they came in pretty good. A few stray operculums there, so maybe we lost 1 or 2, but we should have a nice batch of mystery snails. Oh, here's those big angels I promised. They said mixed blue. And we'll see what they look like in the tank. They look big and beautiful. So, fantastic angel fish. There's a box without a tops. Last box. Here we go. Last box till I do the reptiles. Stick around for that. There's going to be some fun stuff in that little box. Always is. Creepy crawlies. Alrighty. First out of this box is not fish. This is CPOs, or the orange dwarf crayfish. Tiny little bright orange crayfish. They're actually not very aggressive. People put them in their shrimp tanks. You can actually pair them with fish if they don't get eaten. Small little guys only get about 1.5 inches. Here's another South American cichlid. These are Salvinis, the yellow striped. A couple different common names for those. Salvini's got a real pointy nose, bright yellow on them when they get mature. Beautiful, beautiful South American fish. Last box. These are Heckleis, which are the threadfin acaras. These are the small ones. I think we have one of the medium ones, or a couple of medium ones left over there. Really a gorgeous fish. They get long spinnerets on their top fin, thus the name threadfin acara, but gorgeous, gorgeous South American cichlid. And that's it for this week's fish orders, guys. And back again, we have a little box with lots of cool stuff in it. Fairly small order, but sometimes big things in small boxes. First thing out of this box is a snake. Not just any old snake. This is a white diamond Russo, or super Russo. Very white, very beautiful. It's not a blue-eyed Lucy per se, but it is because it's got blue eyes and it's white. So there you go. Very cool. Very, very fantastic. Here's a snake in a bag. Let's go ahead and see this one. Got 2 snakes on this order, both of which were something a little bit special. Break the tape here. And this is a type of snake that we haven't had in the shop before. In fact, I've never actually had one. I kind of played around with getting one for myself when I was younger, because you know when you're young you want everything, right? But this is the first time I've actually had one. This is a Sumatran blood python. Hey little buddy. He's chilly, but looks good. Beautiful, beautiful little snake. Alright, back in the bag you go. Alright, that's a blood python. 2 snakes for today. Fantastic. Let's see, got another tortoise on this order. Bigger than the last one, thank goodness. That last one was so tiny though. It's doing really good. That's the baby marginated. This is a baby Greek, which is actually a smaller species of tortoise, but a little bit bigger baby. So baby Greek tortoise. We've had Greeks, but we've never had a baby in before. We've always had slightly larger ones, or not even slightly, quite a bit larger. So here's somebody sticking legs out the hole. It's a vinegaroon. I call him Vinny, or my cousin Vinny always, because the name. Look at those boxing gloves style claws they have. It's such a cool creature. They look so vicious, but they can't hurt you. They spit a little vinegar out of their tail to try to ward off predators. Let's see, other cool stuff in the box. We have some millipedes. These are the Florida ivory millipedes. Very, very fun bug for your collection of bugs. My collection of bugs first. Texas golds are another very nice millipede, big millipede, along with the giant chocolates. So I got in 3 really big species, the 2 biggest species of millipede from North America. And then here's some geckos. I've never had these guys before either, but I just couldn't lay off when I saw them. These are called an Australian barking gecko. They kind of do the walk up high cat thing with a big fat tail. They look like a cross between a viper gecko and a pictus gecko. They're from Australia. They come from forested areas and clear up into the scrub. So they're actually quite hardy and fairly small, about 4 to 5 inches. A really fantastic, unusual gecko. And that's it for lizards and geckos, but we also have some springtails to share also. Got big cultures of those. 3 new, because our cultures, we build out thousands of them and we keep running out, so we had to read up that. And that's it for this week's orders, guys.